All right, with these raids, man. Sometimes, or not these raids, these riots. I wish people understood how easily manipulated and played they can be. All right. Have you guys ever heard of this company called Palantir? These guys right here. So one of the things that they they do is they build spy software, not really spy software, surveillance software for tracking individuals. And recently they wanted to use this software to track illegals living in the United States, right? And me, as a libertarian, I'm fucking really against it, right? Even though it was for use against illegals, I see it only going further after that, right? Illegals would be the entryway to this software, then being... Once all the illegals are removed, then it's very simple to just leave the software running and let's just surveil everybody else. You know, I'm fucking against that. I think we have certain rights and liberties as Americans, and being surveilled 100% of the time and having, like, we're talking like social credit score type stuff. They compile everything. Your Facebook posts, your X posts, your fucking newspaper articles that are written about you, your entire history, fucking criminal history, anything that's out there, right? China has something that's kind of like this, right? And it literally gives you a social credit score, right, based on what type of person you are in society. So as you're walking down the road in China and your face pops up in front of a surveillance camera, whoever's watching that surveillance camera can get your ID, your address where you live, where you work, your arrest record, who you voted for in the most recent election, any other leanings that you may have, stuff like literally jaywalking. You know, you got jaywalking, you have some speeding tickets, and they'll get a social credit score. Like, this person is like, say, like a 7.5 out of 10. You know what I mean? They're like not super, or maybe like a 6, I guess you'd probably call that out of 10. They're not the best person in society. They get in trouble. You know, maybe they voted against somebody you didn't want them to, and so they know ahead of time. And they talk about in China and stuff using this sort of thing for all sorts of stuff, like whether you get certain jobs and stuff like that. Imagine wanting to get a job, and they go in and they run your social credit score, and they're like, oh, well, it actually looks like you've had a couple of speeding tickets recently, and you voted Democrat, so you look like, you know, I don't think we want to, we're not going to hire you because you kind of seem like you could be a destructive personality to our company. You know what I mean? Like, shit like this. That's what Palantir is wanting to do. And like I said, although it's for illegal aliens, it's the entryway. Kind of like the fucking, what was that 9/11 act that allowed them to spy on us and collect all of our data, the NSA and stuff like that. I forget what it was called, but just like that. And instead of just letting ICE do their job and take people who are here illegally and letting them take them back home to where they're supposed to be, you know what I mean? Because, like, that only makes sense. Like, I can't fucking go to China and just decide I want to live there without a visa documentation or whatever. I can't go to fucking Australia and live there. They'll kick me out. I can't go to Germany and live there. They'll kick me out. You know what I mean? It's fucking common sense. So instead of just letting them take these people who are here illegally and shouldn't be here and who knew the risk when they were coming over, right, and just letting them take them and send them back home peacefully, you guys are burning down streets. And you're waving the Mexican flag. You're letting them know very well who you are and what you represent. And I still don't agree with the Palantir surveillance stuff, but I have no choice now. When you guys are being hyper surveilled out of your asses with this shit, and they know everything about you, and they are treating you like second class citizens, right? I have there is no response anymore, except for like, you brought this on yourself, you know what I mean? And you're bringing it on the fucking rest of us when it comes in the future. You know, if people want to surveil you because they think you're trouble, you don't go show them how much fucking trouble you actually are. You know what I mean? That you just give them the green fucking light, dude. You know what I mean? You're fucking like, and I know in a year from now, when this stuff, they're like, this isn't fair, you know, because now it's moved on to, who knows, just criminals. We'll say like people who are citizens but who are criminals. Like, now they're surveilling them, and you're like, what? We have rights, don't we? Well, sure, but you know, these people pushed and got this moved fucking through, you know what I mean? Because now people look and they're like, oh, well, maybe all these people who are burning the entire fucking city down, maybe they are dangerous. Maybe we should surveil them. You know what I mean? Like, fucking simple-minded people will think that, and they're gonna start fucking agreeing with that shit. That's on you. That's your fault. You know what I mean? You push for that shit. It's... in some cases, if laws are wrong, right? If laws are wrong or unethical or immoral or something like that, then I understand, dude. And peaceful protesting. This is not peaceful protesting. You know what I mean? There may be some people who are peacefully protesting. There's others who are not. So for everybody who's like, well, there's peaceful protests going on too. Well, I'm not fucking talking about them, am I? You know what I mean? It doesn't even make any sense. We're talking about the people who are burning shit down and throwing bricks and stuff like that. Like, you're setting everybody up for failure. And you want to know why? There are pallets of bricks that are being delivered and stuff, and face masks and stuff like that, because they want you fools to go grab that shit and start these riots and make shit more extreme so that they can take fucking rights from everybody. Because you idiots who are out there destroying everything, and you just make it seem like we should all be fucking surveilled more, shouldn't we, right? Because it's so fucking dangerous where we live. You know what I mean? That's you. That's on your fault. They're not delivering pallets of bricks for you because they support your fucking cause. They're delivering it because you're going to give them more control over everybody. Because you guys want to act like fucking hooligans, dude. Be smart. Stop thinking with your emotions, dude. It's called critical fucking thinking. You do not act out of emotions. Idiots act out of emotion. Idiots. Right? And almost everybody who's ever found themselves in a bad situation going, why did I do that? Can look back pretty much and say that they acted out of emotion. They didn't take the time to think it through. Critical thinking. Stop acting out of emotion, dude. Be smarter than that. And especially, bro, if you guys, you care so much about the Mexican heritage and stuff like that and everything, well, stop fucking over the other Mexicans who are here legally, right? If you care so much about all of this, dude, and you care so much about the Mexican race and standing up for Mexican people and stuff like that, stop fucking over the ones that are here legally who are now going to get fucking a side-eyed glance because people are going to be wondering if they're fucking crazy-ass